doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year
Hello everyone, what is up and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited because today I'm sharing part 1 of my Christmas decorating series. Today I'm going to be transforming my living room, getting it ready for Christmas. This is just part 1 of a multi-part series transforming my entire home into a winter wonderland. I absolutely love Christmas decor and I love my decorating so far this year. I feel like this is the best decorating I have ever done. I'm mixing tons of colors and textures and materials and I just think it came together so beautifully. Of course, wanted to give you all the before shots. My decor is super bare bones right now because I took down all of my fall stuff just a few weeks ago. I always love to set the mood with going onto YouTube and typing in blank ambiance. So if you want like fall ambiance or Christmas ambiance, and there's always such amazing options and they have this for like every holiday, every season, and it really does help to set the mood. I'll link the one that I was watching in this video because it had really great Christmas music as well. So definitely recommend doing that if you are trying to set the ambiance while you are decorating. Another great way to do that is putting on your favorite Christmas movie. Definitely let me know your favorite Christmas movies in the comments down below. I love the Santa Claus movies. I also love Elf, but I want to know all of your favorites. I wanted to start my decorating off super strong by putting up my Christmas tree. I just kind of wanted to get it in place and really get the Christmas vibes going. With my tree, because my tree collar is super large, my tree is 9 feet and the base is massive, I had to get this special ordered Christmas tree collar from Crate & Barrel. But you have to make sure you put the collar on before you put the tree in place. So you have to put the base down, then the collar, and then I can start putting the tree in. I do have a King of Christmas tree. I'm absolutely obsessed with King of Christmas. I have so many of their trees. I know so many people, so many influencers, creators, they work with them a lot and they also love their trees. I'm not working with them this year, but I absolutely love their trees and you're gonna see a lot of them in my decorating series. I think I have the 9-foot Douglas fir. I'll definitely have it linked down below. This has a power pole, so you'll see as I continue to put the different pieces in, it automatically lights up. And this has memory branches, I think are what they're called, so I really did not have to fluff this much at all. How nicely fluffed it was from last year. It really kept its shape. I did go in and do a little bit of light fluffing, but not anything compared to any of my other trees that aren't King of Christmas. We're not actually going to be decorating the Christmas tree just yet. I wanted to get it in place and make sure the location worked. We actually changed our Christmas tree location this year. We moved it to the other side of our living room and we even moved around the furniture to accommodate that. So I wanted to get it in place and make sure that worked before I started putting all of the decorations on. I love it and I definitely think that's where we'll put our tree moving forward. Next up, we are moving on to my media console and I could not be more obsessed with my media console and how it turned out. We're going to start with layering a few different garlands. Both garlands are from HomeGoods. This one is super well loved and I think I got it on clearance like 2 years ago, so it's missing a ton of branches, but that is okay because I knew I wanted to layer a few different strands of garland. Like I said, these are Real Touch garlands from HomeGoods. You can also get the Norfolk Pine garland that everybody's obsessed with from Kirkland's. Those are amazing as well and I definitely think that they are worth the hype. I'm just layering them on top of each other and then making sure that I fluff them out. That is the key. I feel like so many people don't fluff their garlands. Just like you fluff your tree to make it more full, do the exact same thing and it's going to give you that really thick, luscious look that you see on Instagram and on Pinterest. The only thing I'm adding to my garland, because I wanted to keep things very green in here, are these gold bell picks that I picked up in the Target dollar spot. You guys might recognize these. They're very similar to the ones from Hobby Lobby. I had my hands on those earlier this year and I wasn't sure if I wanted them or I was like, I'll just get them next time. I broke my own rule, guys. Buy now, decide later, because when I went back, they were gone. So you can only imagine how I was literally jumping for joy when I found these dupes in the Target dollar spot. So many people were like, what do you do with these picks? Because they look really weird, but all you have to do is spread out the bells. You can also stick these in a tree, but I just think they look the most beautiful in a garland. As you can see, it does take a little bit of finagling and fluffing and moving around, but they look so pretty. These were only $3 each. I think the Hobby Lobby ones were really similar with their 50% off Christmas decor discount. So if you couldn't find the ones at Hobby Lobby or you missed out on those, definitely be scouring your dollar spot because these are a must-have for any mantle garland that you're using this year. of the Norfolk Pine collection from Kirkland's, these are actually the Norfolk Pine stems. I was so lucky to be in the right place at the right time. I just happened to be in Kirkland's the day that they got their shipment in, and I was able to snag like 6 or 7 of these. They are so nice. They do have a really similar one on Wayfair, so I'm going to link both of them down below. I know the Kirkland's ones have been in and out of stock, but if you can get your hands on these, absolutely do it. I am mixing in just a little cypress stem that I think I got from the Threshold collection or the Hearth & Hand collection from Target last year. The stems are really, really good this year for Christmas at Target, so if you can't find the ones from Kirkland's, they do have a similar Real Touch one from Target. I tried to add in a thing of the bells, kind of like moved it around, but didn't like the way that it looked ultimately, so I ended up pulling it out and just leaving the plain green stems. I love the mix of the textures of the different types of pine. I just love mixing all the textures, and that was my goal with all of my decorating this year. These present shaped candle holders are absolutely my pride and joy purchase for my Christmas decorating this year. I could not be more in love. I scored these at HomeGoods. I really hope that some of you guys can find them near you because they could not be more gorgeous. They have like an antique kind of like brushed brass coloring with those grayish hurricanes. They just could not be more pretty. I did pick up one of each size. I wanted to do a lot of varying heights just to add some visual interest, and I am also decorating in clustered groups, so I'm doing a lot of decor grouping with varying heights and materials. And even if you don't prefer to decorate with neutrals like I do, or you have a really different style or go with a different color palette, all of these techniques can be applied to create the perfect looks for you in your home. The other items I picked up from HomeGoods to go with these candle holders were flameless LED candles. I will say if you are going to buy flameless LED candles, try to get all of the same brand. I like HomeGoods because you can actually see, touch, and feel them. You can get a better idea of the sizes. I needed some like pretty unique sizes for my 3 different candle holders, but make sure you get the same brand because they may all be warm LED flameless candles, but the warmth can be a little bit different from brand to brand, if that makes sense. So I wanted to buy mine in person just so I could make sure I could get all of the right sizes and brands that I wanted to pick up. The other item I am using on my media console are these houses. I got the new houses from Hearth & Hand as well as the new houses from Studio McGee, and honestly I would highly recommend both of them. The styles are really different, but I felt like they were such a culmination of all of my other decor that I thought I might be able to get away with blending them. I was not sure if this was going to work out. I kind of had this vision in my head and I just ran with it, and I think it worked out so beautifully. The colors and the styles, I just am really obsessed with how these look mixed together. I did kind of vary the heights. I added in this book stack just to add in more visual interest and add some more height. I was trying to fill that gap between my soundbar and the media console. And then for this decor group, I'm using my 3 matte ceramic trees. These are new this year from Studio McGee, as well as these gold stars. I did get the short and the tall. Those are new from Threshold, and I will have everything linked down below. All of my favorite purchases for 2023 went onto this media console, and I have never been happier with how the decorations on this piece of furniture have turned out. No couch would be complete without comfy, cozy blankets, and I need to get better about putting my blankets away at the end of the night. We're normally so tired when we're going up to bed that we just don't have the energy, but it is nice to come down to a really clean living room, and it's super fast to just kind of like tidy things before you go up to bed. It's always easier said than done, but Target does have my favorite couch blankets. The first one being the micro plush in the king size. It comes in so many colors. I've talked so much about this blanket. The other one is also new to me. It is the chenille blanket from Target. It can be a little bit pricey, but I felt better buying it because Target has their holiday price match guarantee that started on October 22nd. So anything you purchased from October 22nd through December 24th, if you find it on sale, you're able to get a price adjustment and get the difference back. You can do this in stores or you can do it right on the app. So I'm going to be looking out for all of the Christmas decor to go on clearance. Anything that I've purchased, anything and everything, I will be getting the difference back. Every little penny counts, and you would not believe how fast those price adjustments add up. The pillows on my couch are a mix of clearance finds from last year. Those green plaid ones are brand new for this year. This one I think is from the Target dollar spot last year, so it's just kind of a big mix of ones that I kept from last year and new staples that I picked up. As I mentioned, I did not have to spend a ton of time fluffing the tree at all thanks to the memory branches. Honestly, such a nice touch because I hate fluffing trees, so it's nice that my biggest main tree, I don't have to spend a ton of time kind of shaping it. I did want to get it all ready because, oops, and there it goes. This year I am finally doing something I have said for years I am going to do but have been too scared, and that's put ribbon on my tree. It just feels very intimidating to me for some reason, but this year I committed, I got the ribbon, I watched a ton of videos, and I have to say with Christmas ribbon, if you have never done it, it is a total trust the process experience. I hated the way that the ribbon looked on the tree. When it's just the ribbon, I feel like it looks kind of awkward, but once you start adding in all of the decorations, it really does come together. So like I said, I watched a ton of videos, a lot of different techniques. I decided to do this 3 kind of bow loop technique where it had a shorter tail and then a longer tail that I could kind of weave in and out of the branches. The other technique I almost went with was cutting the ribbon into really small sections to kind of give that billowing effect. It's an easier way to get that effect, but I didn't want to be stuck with a million small pieces of ribbon in case I wanted to reuse this next year or anything, or reuse it on another tree. I just didn't want to be stuck with a bunch of short pieces. So I don't know, at this point I was I'm not sure if I like this, but we're just gonna keep rolling with it. And I really do think it turned out super pretty. I have shared a couple sneak peeks of my Christmas decorating on my Instagram, and I got a few messages that were I thought you said you've never done ribbon, it looks professional. So thank you so much if you guys think it ends up looking good, but just trust the process, because I feel right now from this angle as I'm doing this voiceover, I'm oh my god, it looks so bad, but the tree looks amazing with all the other decorations. I did forget to mention as well that I am just using really malleable ornament hooks, like those cheapy green ornament hooks, to seal my 3 loops together at the bottom. And a lot of the videos I watched, they did use floral wire. I didn't have any of that on hand, and I felt like I might not use it for anything else, so just use what you have. The ornament hooks worked absolutely perfect. And then I also did use the ribbon all the way to the bottom, even if it made a really short ribbon, or if it only had enough to make the 3 loops, I still would just make it and kind of stick it into the tree just to really get the most bang for my buck. And my ribbon is from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to show you the spool of ribbon at the end in case you want to get the same one that I had. It's an absolutely gorgeous ribbon. I feel like it's a really unique taupey brown color, and it works really, really well with all the other colors on my tree. I did stock up on quite a few new Christmas tree decorations this year. I wanted my tree to be absolutely epic this year, totally full. I wanted to have a designer look, tons of different textures, and I picked up a lot of new decorations from Hobby Lobby. Definitely my favorite place to buy Christmas tree decorations. They have really great picks. They have something for everybody. They honestly have multiple options for everyone, and I feel like you can make the most gorgeous trees with all the decorations that they have. I did a whole video on the Hobby Lobby Christmas tree decorations. That's how much they have, is that it was very easy for me to make an entire video. But this year I did pick up these like little gold, almost like icicle gold berries. They're very, very pretty. I was also able to get my hands on some of these super popular flocked ornaments, and I did receive a couple comments and messages asking if you can mix those flocked ornaments with other textures and metallic ornaments, satin ornaments. Absolutely, and I definitely encourage you to do that. Mixing all of those different textures and materials, that really is what gives a tree or a mantle or a media console a really designer look. Don't be afraid to mix patterns, colors. It looks amazing in the end. And I will say too, if you're decorating your tree or your media console or anything, like even just putting pillows on your couch, which is something I have talked a lot about struggling with, like the more simple decorating things, just walk away. Walk away, come back with fresh eyes, and I promise you will see it from a whole different perspective, or maybe you'll come up with a new idea and it will finally just click. I feel like sometimes I obsess with like my tree or other parts of my home, and if I stare at it for too long, I seriously start to like go cross-eyed, and I just need to walk away for a while, come back with fresh eyes, or ask Brian, get a second opinion, and I feel like it always turns out even better than I thought. I just have to give myself that grace. I can't 100% remember where my tree topper is from. I'm pretty confident that it's from Target, but I don't know if it's from last year, the year before, or what line it's from. It's a beautiful capiz shell. It has brass details and a really beautiful iridescence because of the material that it's made from, and it just matches so well with the other colors and textures that we have going on our tree. If you are not into a star tree topper, or if you can't find one that you love, it took me several years to find one that I absolutely loved, and this is the one I have now. But if you can't find one that you love, some alternatives are an angel. You can also stick like floral picks, kind of like a lot of the decorations I stuck in my tree. You can stick them out of the top. That's a really pretty look. You can also do a bow. All of the craft stores like Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby have beautiful ready-made bows that would make the perfect tree topper if you are not wanting to do or can't find a star that you love. I feel like only you can know when the tree is finished, because everyone has a different idea of what they think is beautiful or what they think is right for decorating a tree, and I kind of fall all over the map. It really for me depends on the tree. I have some trees like this one that I want to be super full, and then other trees where I really love to kind of like relish in the beauty of the simplicity of the tree. So it really just depends. So if you think I could have added more, you're probably right. If you think I added too much, you're probably also right. We're just all different, and these were a closer look at some of the items that I used this year to decorate my Christmas tree. And what kind of mom would I be if I didn't get my daughter a toy Christmas tree? No, I'm totally kidding. I was super lucky to get my hands on this Step 2, my first Christmas tree. I bought this right before it went super viral. It goes viral like every year, so you have to get it in the summer if you want it. But I got it for like $60, which is like the normal original price. I've seen people reselling these on Amazon for like $180, $200 plus dollars. It is super cute. It comes with like the ornaments and the train, and my 9-month-old absolutely loves it. Can you guys believe it? I have a 9-month-old and she loves this toy tree. We didn't keep it in here. We ended up moving it upstairs. That is her like official playroom, but she is obsessed with her first Christmas tree. I wasn't sure at first if I wanted to add little lights into the houses because the brass ones are open on the sides and they are glass, so I just wasn't sure how it was going to look, and I'd want to add some into just the ceramic houses and not the brass, so I waited until I got it set up, and then I decided that I did want to use these LED tea lights that I got off of Amazon. These are amazing because they work on this remote, so super easily I'm able to turn them off and turn them on every single day. I'm just hiding the remote in the garland, but you guys have to admit it, like, how often are you really going to go and like turn on a candle? Like, you're not going to take them all out and press all the switches, but if you have a remote that can do it in the press of a button, you are way more likely to turn them on and off every single day, and I'm very thankful for these. This is my finished media console. You'll have to let me know what you think down below. It is definitely the area in this room that I am the most proud of. I think it came out absolutely gorgeous. Moving on from my media stand, I wanted to focus on my coffee table, and yes, I do vacuum my coffee table. If you're not vacuuming your coffee table and your counters, I don't know what you're doing. I'm just using a handheld vacuum, and it has this like really nice small attachment, but seriously, vacuum your counters and stuff like before you wipe them down. This gets up all the crumbs. Our coffee table is like a natural set wood grain, so a lot gets stuck in it. It's honestly really annoying, so I gave it a quick vacuum because there was tons of glitter from me decorating the tree, and then here I am just going over it with a wet sponge just to kind of get out some of the stuff that got stuck into the wood grain. It looks gorgeous when you clean it, but this coffee table is a lot of maintenance. I added this green table runner to add in another pop of green to the room, as well as add an extra layer of coziness. I feel like because my coffee table is such a harsh black color and I don't currently have an area rug, but rest assured I am in the market for an area rug finally for this space, but I just wanted that extra texture and layer of coziness in the center of the room, so I achieved that by adding this green table runner. It also has stripes with like gold. It just perfectly matches all of the colors we have in the room. I found my Christmas coasters from HomeGoods last year, but you can find amazing Christmas coasters there. I was eyeing a few sets just the other day. I was going back and forth between these two arrangements. Watching the clips back, I actually think I prefer the one in the canvas bag because, again, it is that really like nice linen texture, but I went with the other option. Either one I think works totally great, and I'm glad I saved the canvas bag ones because I really prefer to use those textures in bedrooms, again, to achieve that cozy vibe. And of course, it has to be a full sensory experience, so we also have to include smell. I did find this fresh balsam candle from last year, as well as a fresh balsam wallflower that I plugged in right behind my tree. That way when you walk in, you're not just seeing the Christmas, you're really immersed and experiencing it. These smell amazing, and seriously, the serotonin boost I have had from putting up my first tree is undeniable. I'm extra and I really like to change out my wall art, especially in a space like this, so like I said, it can be a full sensory experience. Last year I did these vintage patents, and what I did was go on Etsy and buy the photo. It's like a digital download, and then I just had them printed poster size at Walgreens. It is so affordable. I think they were like less than $10 each to completely transform the wall art. So what I did when I took them off last Christmas was just keep them behind. That's exactly what I did with the original prints that you're seeing, so I was just kind of swapping them back and forth. I do put 2 pieces of tape just so that I know it's secured where I want it to be, and then I just went ahead and put my old print on the back of that and sealed it back up. This is such an easy and affordable Christmas DIY, and it really does transform the feeling of your space. And also, just printing in poster size from Walgreens, what a hack. I get all of my photos printed from there, all of my professional photos. They print out so great, and you can always find a coupon on Walgreens.com to make your prints basically free. I did have to change out both prints, so I have a slate patent, and then I think my other patent is either a Christmas tree or Christmas tree lights, but they're so pretty. Like I said, I just found them on Etsy. It was so easy, and there are literally millions of options. This obviously is not something that you have to do. I just feel like it's that extra touch where when people come over, all of a sudden, like they've been looking around for a few minutes and like, oh my God, you changed the wall art. Like it's not the first thing you're gonna notice, but it's just something that I feel like is an extra touch. Like I said in the beginning, I'm extra. I guess what I'm trying to say is that it's just a really nice finishing touch. Another really nice finishing touch that of course I have to include is my blanket ladder. I am hanging my main stockings off of my blanket ladder this year, and it's giving me all the flashbacks to last year when I put a B for Brian, a K for Katie, and then I put another stocking with a B. Obviously last year I was pregnant with my daughter, and I had said, do you guys think that B is baby's first name initial, or do you think it just stands for baby? And it was super split. I also did have a few little clues hidden in the video, and no one got any of them. Everyone was 100% convinced that we were naming our daughter Belle, even though I said like 500 times that we weren't. Looking back, it just made the clues way too incredibly difficult. One of them was a book on my console that was like an Irish Christmas book. Her name is Welsh and Gaelic origin. So I thought people would, you know, be able to deduce it from that. The other one, which just makes me laugh now because like who would ever guess that, was I had a pickle ornament in my tree and I was like, oh, pickles are in brine. Brine? Bryn. I don't know what I was thinking, but I was like, for sure people are gonna guess it. Everyone's gonna know. When in reality, only like 3 people ended up guessing her name by the end of my pregnancy. I just love baby names. Brian and I talk about baby names all the time. We definitely cannot wait to add on to our family and show you guys more of the names that we love. I have never answered the question, what were names that you guys love and didn't use, because we really want to have a large family and I don't want to have any of my names out there, but just know that I'm on the Social Security website more often than I'd like to admit because I'm obsessed with name rankings. If you didn't know, you can go onto the Social Security website and look up names and see like how many people name their baby that in any given year since like the 1940s. It's incredible. But just know our #1 boy name has not ranked in the top 1,000 baby names since like 1952. Anyways, that was a whole tangent and a half. I could seriously talk about baby names forever. They're just something that I'm super passionate about. But here is a full panned out look at my 2023 Christmas living room. I just feel like this proves that you can have kids and have a family but still maintain and create an aesthetic, cozy space for everyone to enjoy, adults and children alike. I feel like there was I just feel like there's a lot of negativity surrounding pregnancy, and this is a conversation for a future shop and spill for sure. But I just feel like there's so many naysayers where people say that you can't have your decor anymore, and I just feel like that's not true. At least I'm not buying into that. I definitely plan to teach Bryn to be respectful of her space and the difference between decorations and toys. Of course, it won't be a perfect journey, but I want to be able to maintain my space because it's good for my mental health and something that makes me feel proud as a mom. And I want to teach Bryn how to do these things in her future home if it's something that she's passionate about as well. Please let me know all of your thoughts down below, what you think about anything. If you're wanting links, definitely leave a comment and I will get any links that I can for you. I am so proud of how my Christmas living room turned out this year, and this is just the beginning of my Christmas decorating series. I have so many other spaces and ideas to share with you, and you guys already know that I am not going to share this perfect aesthetic space with you without showing you what actually happens behind the scenes. This was what everything looked like right behind me. There's so much Christmas decor just anywhere and everywhere, but it truly makes my heart so happy. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for decorating with me. Give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button to come back for more, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.